Hello, Algebra 1A students for Miss Buchanan. I'm looking at Unit 2 equations and equalities, homework 6, literal equations. We're supposed to solve each equation, and I'm doing just about every other one. Well, every two, and then I have a couple for you guys to do on your own. Let me show you in red what I'm doing so it makes a little bit more sense. Okay. I am going to solve for r. So I want to get r all by itself on one side. That means what I got to do is I got to divide both sides by this 2, right? So that cancels out. That's why I did it on this side. So I get r by itself, and you just have d divided by 2 over on this side. So I'm done. I wanted to show you number 2, and we're solving for d. So the reason why I wanted to show you this one is that because I have 2d divided by t here, and I'm solving for d. So I'm going to multiply both sides by t. Whereas number 1 I had to divide. This is saying 2d divided by t, so the opposite of division is multiplying by a t. This would be like a t over 1 or just t if you want to think of it that way. So these cancel out, and I get 2d by itself, right? And I have s times t. So s times t looks like that. Well, I'm solving for d, so I have to get rid of this 2, which is multiplied by it. The opposite of multiplication is division. So I divide both sides by 2. So I have st divided by 2 equals my d. Go ahead and try 3 and 4 on your own. Number 5. Well, 3 and 4, let me go back to 3 and 4 real quick. If I'm solving for r, all I'm going to do is divide both sides by the 2 pi, whatever is with it, because this is all multiplied, okay? So that's a good start for number 3. All right, you'll be left with your r over on this side, and you'll just have this over on the other side of the equation. And 4, solving for pi, you're just going to divide everything, just like number 3, you're going to divide everything that's with pi. So you're going to divide the r squared h, okay? And you'll have pi by itself then, and you'll just have this on the other side. And you'll be done. Number 5, I'm solving for r. Well, I have a p and a t times it. So I'm going to divide by a p and a t, divide by the p and the t. And then that answer looks like this. Okay, this one I take you all the way through. If I'm solving for c, this one's a little tricky. Here I have c squared. So in order for me to get at least the c squared by itself, let me get rid of this m. So I divide both sides by m. So I have e divided by m equals c squared. Now I don't want to know what c squared equals. I want to know what c equals. So I take the square root of c. Taking the square root of c gives me c squared, gives me just c. And that's going to equal the square root of e divided by m. And I'm done. 7, I can get you started on that one. Solve for a. If I'm solving for a, all of this is divided by t, so I have to multiply by t first. Let's multiply by t, multiply by t. So you should have, pt equals 100a, and then just divide both sides by 100. So you should have pt divided by 100. That would equal a. For number 8, solve for h. If I'm solving for h, I could multiply first everything by 3 if you want, or you could just divide everything by 1/3 pi r squared, because that's all multiplied by h. Divide this side by 1/3 pi r squared. And these would cancel out, and you would be left with h. So you could do it that way too. For number 9, I wrote y equals first, and I should have put y minus. So I'm solving for m, so I'm going to subtract, first of all, the b from both sides. So I have y minus b. Got rid of it on this side, that's why I did it. And then I'm solving for m, so I'm going to divide by x. divide by x, crosses that off. I get m by itself, and I'm left with y minus b divided by x. For number 10, I have to solve for b. So first of all, I'm going to get rid of this 2 that's multiplied. Instead of doing the distributive property, I'm going to just divide by 2 to get rid of it. Okay, and then I'm just left with b minus c. I'm solving for b, so I'm going to add a c to both sides. I add a c, I add a c, and a divided by 2 plus c looks like this, and equals b. I got my b by itself. For number 11, if I'm solving for y, first of all, I'd subtract 3x from both sides, and that would cancel out. And then you'll have w minus 3x equals 7y. Just divide both sides by 7, and you'd get w minus 3x divided by 7 equals y. For number 12, if I'm solving for b squared, b sub 2, so I'm solving for this b right here, b sub 2. First of all, what I did is I multiplied everything by a half. Multiplied everything by 2, since this is all multiplied by half, in order to get rid of this. In other words, I'm multiplying by 2, multiplying by 2. These cancel out. I get 2a equals h b sub 1 plus b sub 2. I'm going to divide everything by h then. Divide by h. These cancel out. Okay, and I'm left with my b1 and b2 over here, 2a divided by h. Okay. And then I have to get rid of this b1, so I subtract b1, subtract b1, subtract b1. So 2a divided by h minus b1 looks like this, and I'm left with my b sub 2. Okay. These are pretty tough. Hopefully this helps, and zoom in on me if you need any more help. But the Zoom link is, remember, in the math office hours, so you could go ahead and just zoom in on that and get more help if you need it.